The Godfather's Vow, by Antonino Rosario Scalabrino. Prologue. It's so cool to be done with school, going to be a made man if I can. New York, 1978. That's my diary entry from the day I graduated from St. Aloysius Catholic Boys in Queens. Even now, I still keep my little Moleskine diary to record the events in my life, to remind me how far I've come, and how far yet still to go. I'd done well at school, and my SAT scores were preparing me for an Ivy League education. I'm no genius, but I had a knack of reading things once, and remembering them, and passed exams with an ease that made others envious. Red-haired Eamon O'Donnell was a genuine genius. Eamon was my best friend and greatest competition, and we'd battle it out each year for top spot. The Marist brothers also believed in the virtues of exercise, and I was captain of the water polo team and shot skeet at national level. What they weren't so keen on was sins of the flesh, but fortunately the girls of our sister school, Sister Bonaventure, weren't as bothered. I can't swear how many of the young women were still virginal after our schools got together for the annual nativity play, but I can attest that many minor miracles occurred backstage. I had it all figured out, so when my father called me into his study in the old brownstone on Mulberry Street, I wasn't concerned. The apartment had been in the family since 1919, when my great-grandfather Salvatore Sciolaro arrived from Sicily and laid the foundations for what became known as La Famiglia, the family. Crime doesn't become organized by itself, but great-grandpa Salvo had a talent for organization, and we had grown in strength and reputation in the 5 boroughs, and prospered. The current patriarch was my father, Tony Sciolaro, known to all as Don Antonino, who stood 5'6" in heels and was built like a barrel, but could freeze a man with a stare. I knew what was coming and looked forward to being welcomed into the family business. After kissing him on both cheeks, I stood on the old Persian rug, waiting. But there was that glint in his black Sicilian eyes which told me it could go either way. I was about to find out. "Hey, Frankie, take a seat," he said in his gravelly voice, and signaled me to the leather-barrel chair. Frankie, I was okay. When he started calling me Francesco, I knew there were storms ahead. "You wanted to see me, Papa?" "Yes." He held up a document. "Do you know what this is?" "No, sir. St. Aloysius Year Report." "So how do you think you've done?" "I don't know. I knew enough to always let the old man lead." "You don't know? You don't know how you've done? I send you to this WASP school. This fucking expensive WASP school, and you don't know how you've done? Well, let's see." He put on his reading spectacles and peered at the report on his desk. "Master Francesco Sciolaro has passed his final year with distinction, and has graduated second in the class." He removed his spectacles, sighed. I felt the sweat prickling on my forehead. "Second? You got nothing to say?" I looked him straight in the eye. "I let him beat me, Papa." He took a deep breath. "That Mick cocksucker?" "Yes, Papa. Should have whacked that Irish potato eater when he was still in grade school." I muttered a silent prayer of thanks that Pops was too busy with other stuff at the time. Eamon needs the grades. He's applying to Johns Hopkins to study medicine, and his family are dirt poor. Not going to happen without a scholarship. "So, what, you're going for a sainthood now?" I held his eye, wondering who would blink first. He sighed again, then rubbed his spectacles on his flannel vest. "Apple don't fall far from the tree. I'm proud of you, my boy. You showed those wasps that we may be the gumbos, but we ain't the dumbos." I breathed again. He pointed a stubby finger at me. "But the big question is, where do we go from here? What's next?" "I want to do what my grandfather did, Papa. What his father did. What you do. I want to take my place in the family." He cupped his ear with his right hand as if he had difficulty in hearing. "You want to join the family? Am I hearing this? Am I hearing this right? You want to join the family?" He closed his eyes and paused before reopening them. "My father retired. He was healthy, he was respected, he was feared, but he was alive. I was the eldest son, and so it was expected of me that I should take over as the godfather. I did not like the job, I did not want the job, but I had to do it because it was my duty." He took a deep breath. "When I get up out of bed in the morning, I wonder, will I be going back into this bed tonight, or will I be going into a wooden box? That's the reality. If it's not me, it could be somebody else. Sometimes I got to point a finger." He gave me a thumbs down sign. "Somebody is going to get whacked. Maybe he's been too greedy, maybe he's too ambitious, maybe he's just fucking stupid, but maybe he's got..."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?